We're taking it down. With those words, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam announced that the state would take down the statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee. The governor said the statue will be removed as soon as possible and will go into storage for the time being. Terry Moran joins us from Richmond, Virginia now with more. Terry, how big is this moment for not just Virginia, but also the rest of the country?
You know, Diane, it is an important moment, certainly for the city of Richmond and beyond for the country. This imposing statue of Robert E. Lee, the commanding general of the Army of Northern Virginia, the preeminent hero of the Confederacy, has stood here since 1890 along Monument Avenue. And it is a closing of the chapter of how America tells its own history. That myth that the South, the Confederacy, was a noble lost cause, that blood and valor on the battlefield were reconciled in unity after the war. All of that was long seen as essentially a lie that the country told itself to reconcile and reunite after the Civil War, but at the cost of black lives and the equal human dignity of black Americans. This is a moment over the past several years, and certainly today here in Virginia, when those symbols, which were part of the power structure that so many protesters around the country are demanding be changed, are changing. Governor Northam saying this must come down. In Birmingham, taking down a statue. In Indianapolis, the mayor there taking down a statue to Confederate inmates of a prison there during the Civil War. That statue was established by public officials who were members of the Ku Klux Klan. So the symbolism was enforced essentially by a white terror organization in Indianapolis. And that all is coming together in this week of pain and memory around the death of George Floyd. This is one of the reckonings, one of the many reckonings that the protesters are demanding, that this history be retold, new voices, the truth be told about the country's history. And Governor Northam here deciding to do it. We spoke with Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, who is on the scene here, who has considering running for governor in Virginia next year. And we asked him, how important is it to him that this statue is coming down?
For the Robert E. Lee statue to come down, I think it sends a powerful message about who we want to be going forward. We want to be inclusive. We want to deal with the history of oppression and racism and the Confederacy and all that that represents. And instead, we want to write a new chapter and also dismantling the other living monuments that we have to the Confederacy. And those include our substandard schools, healthcare system, our broken criminal justice system, things that make oppression go down from generation to generation to generation. So we've got to dismantle those as well. But today was a down payment on the promise to do that work as well.
A down payment, the symbolic action that Governor Northam has ordered. Justin Fairfax saying there's a lot of substantive work that needs to be done, but part of it has to do with the past. It was William Faulkner who said the past isn't dead, it isn't even past. And that's one of the things that you can experience here. This has been a focal point of protests here in Richmond. They gather here, march to the Capitol, and today's decision by Governor Northam to bring Robert E. Lee down, well, that is one victory for the protesters here. And
well, Terry, we've seen these, you know, as you're mentioning, we've seen the conversation about statues like that one throughout the country become part of the national conversation. I'm curious how people there are reacting to this announcement there in Richmond.
Well, right now, the people we're seeing are very happy about it because this has been, as I say, a focal point of protests. As we've been here during the course of the day, I haven't seen anyone go by and call out against what's happening here, although we know that Confederate heritage, the understanding of the Confederacy as a noble cause, that is dear to many Southerners. It has been a difficult thing. But I'll say this, since 2015, more than 130 statues commemorating the Confederacy have been taken down in the United States. What happened in 2015? The massacre of 9 black Americans at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston. That massacre triggered this reflection, which continues today. Diane?
It does indeed. Terry Moran from Richmond, Virginia. Thanks, Terry.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.